Each week on this video, we'll give you sneaky waiver wire ads. This week, heading into your fantasy playoffs. I'm Alan Seslowsky. He's Jeff Erickson. Jeff, congratulations to everyone that made it to their fantasy playoffs, but they're going to be without some of their key stars heading into this week. Is there anyone at running back that they could pick up?
Well, I just looked. Rashad Penny's still available in all of it, like 21% of Yahoo leagues. Now, that might be because of we're in week 15 and you've got half the league not paying attention. You got probably some dead pirate ships out there floating around, not picking guys up. But, and this was his best possible matchup too. Let's keep that in mind, that going up against the Houston Texans when you get a good game script and all that, that worked out pretty well for him. But, it's still a case there where maybe, just maybe, that you look going forward there and there's a possibility that he could have some other good matchups. And he's definitely earned the work for the going forward. I think that's the one thing I would say. He's definitely got a chance to be the guy the rest of these last 4 games of the season.
You saw why he was a former first-round pick. I mean, you got a glimpse of what the Seattle Seahawks saw. Austin Eckler is going out he could be out on Thursday night. Who are we picking up there?
I think it's Justin Jackson, ball carrier. I am a Northwestern biased guy. The thing about Jackson that I like is he's good at making the first guy miss, about breaking a tackle. He's not great at the breakaway speed. He's he will find that open hole and then he'll get run down. There was a game that actually happened this year, earlier this year, and he actually got hurt in the play. That's the other thing that's been a problem for him this season. And actually, as a professional, he's been banged up a lot. That said, I think he's probably my choice over Kelly, over anybody else that the rookie hasn't seen a whole lot of playing time lately, so actually has been a healthy scratch most recently. But they play Thursday night. That's the other thing. We have a very quick turnaround. We saw like an entire roll of tape being applied to Austin Eckler's ankle there. He was, if they kept going, it would have been the mummy. That's
a good one. Yes. It would have been the mummy. That is true.
I want to go back to Penny real quick though. Looking at schedule, gets the Rams this upcoming week. That's not a good setup there. I mean, I think you can run a little bit there, but I think this is a tough one at the Rams. I think they're going to be playing from behind. So I think game script wise, it's not going to be all that great for him. But then he gets home games against the Bears and Lions the following 2 weeks. We want that for the running back there. So good playoff guy for week 16 and 17 in Rashad Penny.
Rank those 3 players for me in order I should be prioritizing them as pickups. I got Penny, I got Justin Jackson, and Joshua Kelly.
I go Penny, Jackson, Craig Reynolds, then Kelly.
Oh, yeah. Talk about Craig Reynolds really quick, because he was the Lions running back that literally they called up off the couch when everyone got either hurt, COVID, or whatever it was.
I picked up Jamar Jefferson in a league and started him and got nothing. Because I didn't see the Reynolds thing coming. Apparently, Adam Schefter was the one guy that was on him. I saw going across my Twitter sphere as a guy that was like, I have a strong vibe about this guy, and he was right. He said he had an Elijah Mitchell vibe about him, and he did get the work and looked pretty good. Now he was completely, utterly fresh, and I think that matters too. When you take a little beating, a little wear and tear, that's not so easy. After that. So that's something that I think would be something to worry about a little bit here. The Lions, they get the Cardinals next week. They are at home. Yeah, maybe, we'll see. I don't think Swift's going to play. I think Swift might be out for the year.
Yeah.
And I think that you look at the rest of the situation there, we'll see Jamal Williams probably be able to come back from COVID. It'll probably be back to Jamal Williams, but this Reynolds thing, it happened. It's now exists. It's been breathed into existence. I think they kind of owe it to themselves to see if there's anything else there with them.
Yeah, and especially if they said if the season is lost and they just don't want to get any of their star players banged up or hurt if they're already compromised. I like that call a lot. All right, wide receivers. If you're still waiting on A.J. Brown, I'm still waiting on Adam Thielen. Is there anybody that I can use in my fantasy playoffs that I could trust in my fantasy playoffs?
Trust is a very strong word to use, Alan. I'm just the man to use it, though. No, I think KJ Osborn is someone we can look at here as a possibility. Gets the Bears this week.
And you guys have talked about this multiple times, that Minnesota, that the target tree is so small there. It's so narrow that they only go to Justin Jefferson, and Osborn would be the other only game in town other than the obvious running game. All right, tight ends. Fantasy, I keep saying trust. It's hard to trust any tight end, but if TJ Hawkinson sits again, is there another tight end out there that you could plug in that maybe had a good couple weeks?
Maybe Austin Hooper. It's tough. It's really tough. Hooper had perfect storm going on right now. That Njoku was on COVID IR, and they don't have wide receivers to speak of. In fact, a guy that they were lining up as their third receiver, Jamarcus Bradley, they straight up cut over the weekend. It was really wild to see that there. They said like, there was a note like Friday saying, he's definitely the third receiver, and then a note later, he's been cut. So this shows you how much confidence they have in their wide receivers right now. It's a bad wide receiving crew.
Austin Hooper, they paid him to come over. He has about 20 plus targets over the last month. I think that's a pretty good call. I think that, when you're throwing a dart at tight end, I like that play a lot. Quarterback position, we had some injuries. Let's just talk single quarterback leagues, because the Lamar Jackson managers are going to have to deal with Josh Allen managers maybe not be able to have him suit up. In your fantasy playoffs, who are the one quarterback league options that we could have that might be a little bit of a sneaky ad?
I think Tyler Huntley is someone to consider. I mean, with his scrambling ability, I think he's someone that could provide a decent floor. He's going to get a lot of practice reps this week. We know that Lamar Jackson, it didn't look good. The way he got carted off pretty quickly. And both ankles look like they got hurt on that one there. And that seems like that'd be something they need to have. You try to get an alignment there. So trying to heal that up, and a lot of us have Lamar Jackson and made the fantasy playoffs, and now we're scrambling to figure out what's going on. Davis Mills gets Jacksonville this week, and we saw Davis Mills look pretty good against the Seattle Seahawks this past week. Got connected on his first 14 passes, had over 300 passing yards. So I could see that also being a possibility.
Yeah, you've come all this way with Lamar Jackson, with Josh Allen. I told you I have them both in a Superflex league where I'm just going to be scrambling to try to figure it out. All right, since you watched the end, let's give them a bonus defense that they could add heading into this week.
First of all, plug for Jerry Donabedian and his streaming defenses article every week. Check it out. It'll be up on Tuesday, up on RotoWire, rotowire.com/try. You can check that out for free for 10 days. Get your free 10-day trial. Chiefs defense is playing great. I don't love them this week against the Chargers, but they're on fire. So it's hard to ignore what they're doing. Look to see if there were good defenses on bye this past week. Look to see if New England or the Colts are still available. Because I'm looking at a Yahoo league right now where they're both available. New England's not 88% roster, but they were cut in this one particular league. So keep an eye on that. You might find someone that had a tough spot to be in. Someone might have cut the Rams because they hated the spot against Arizona, and there are going to be some good spots open. So look for that. Miami's another good defense, obviously, and they're only 47% rostered. So that's another one you want to take a look at there.
To see Jeff's value meter, his weekly rankings, you can do so now for free and get all of our premium content. Just go over to rotowire.com/try.